Hi guys, welcome to Sunrise Strong with me, Jess. I'm going to take you through a good little power flow today. Things you need, music playlists are linked for you if you want to check out any of mine. I have Apple Music and Spotify playlists on there for you. And if you have your own music, feel free to turn that on, just let the good vibes flow. And if you're someone who likes to practice more in the silence, that's perfectly cool too. And then equipment-wise, if you have a block, we're going to start seated on one. Also, we'll just use it for some modifications. And so if you don't have a block for the beginning, if you just want to grab a blanket, you can put it, the thing in the beginning is just to get your hips kind of propped up so you can let them open up more. So if you want to use a blanket for that, you can. And then when we get into the actual flow, you can use a water bottle if we're doing anything where you're trying to put your hand down so your hand's not all the way down on the ground. You can use a tall water bottle, stack of books, magazines, anything along those lines. So with that, we'll get started. Go ahead and use whatever your prop is to sit on. We're just going to start with our eyes closed down. With your legs, you can have them crossed. If that's not comfortable for you, always know that they can go just straight out in front of you. If you prefer like a butterfly kind of position, whatever makes you the most comfortable. So go ahead and just find that comfortable seat, closing down the eyes. Palms can rest on the tops of your knees or in your hip crease. And just start to focus on your breath. Seeing how it feels in your body. Letting any kind of thoughts you may have going on in your head, just trying to release those. Coming into a place of stillness. From here, we're just going to do a little breathing technique, some alternate nostril breathing. So just taking your dominant hand, or whichever hand feels most comfortable for you, you're going to use your thumb, and you're mostly going to use your pointer finger and middle finger, and you're going to close off so if you're using your left hand, you're going to close off your left nostril and inhale through the right, close off your right, and exhale out through your left. Inhale through the left, close off the left, and exhale through the right. So we're just going to cycle through that a couple of times. It just helps calm things down, clear your head, clear your space. So we'll go through a couple of cycles. So closing off one side, breathing in through the other. Closing off the right, exhaling through the left. Inhaling through the left. Closing off, exhaling through the right. Inhaling through the right. Closing off, exhaling through the left. Inhale left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Last time, inhaling right. And exhaling left. And just returning your hands back to your knees or that hip crease. Just taking a few normal breaths. Sometimes you kind of have to clear out, maybe if you're a little stuffy. Just taking some nice cleansing breaths. And with an inhale, we're going to reach arms up to the sky, interlacing those fingers, pressing palms up, and gently bending over to the right. Inhaling through center. Exhaling over to the left. And inhaling through center. Releasing those arms, take them back behind your back, pressing knuckles down to the earth, shining through your heart. And bringing those hands over to that right hip, looking over that left shoulder. Coming back through center. Hands come over to the left, looking over that right shoulder. And releasing center. Taking hands out in front of you, we're going to interlace fingers and press straight forward. Rounding through the spine. Maybe taking it side to side. And we're going to take it back up from the beginning. Maybe you add just a little deeper into that back bend. And coming over to the right. Getting that nice side body stretch. Back through center. And over to the left. Back through center. Releasing hands. Bring them down behind your back. Open up. Maybe drop it down a little bit further if it feels okay in your neck. And bringing those hands over to the right hip, looking over that left shoulder. Coming back through center, hands come left, looking over the right shoulder. And back through center, hands come out in front, interlace those fingers, press forward. Give it a sway, side to side. And last time up through, pressing up, palms up to the sky. Really opening up, shining that chest through, maybe dropping that head back. And bending over to the right. Maybe you get a little deeper, looking under that top arm. Coming back through center, over to the left. Again, maybe you get a little deeper, looking up and under that top arm. And coming up through center, release those hands, re-interlace behind your back, knuckles down to the earth, shining through. Taking as deep as what feels good. And bringing those hands over to that right hip, looking over the left shoulder. You can stay just looking over. If you want to look up, if it feels okay on your neck, you can deepen that. Or you can even just look straight down at the ground, stretching your neck in different directions. Coming back through center, this time hands come over to the left, looking over the right. Again, you can stay just looking over that shoulder or take your gaze up or down, just stretching through that neck, through the spine. And coming back through center, bringing hands out in front, interlacing fingers, pressing out forward. Stretching it side to side. Just getting nice and warm, getting your joints ready, the muscles. And releasing it down. Go ahead and remove the block, but stay seated. We're just going to take a couple of stretches over to the side. So right hand comes down to the mat. Bring that left arm up and over. And we're going to scoop it around, switch it out. Left comes down, right comes over. And scoop it around, right down, left over. Scoop around, left down, right over. Last time, scoop it around, right comes down, left is over. Really reach those fingers over to the right. Really feel the stretch along that left side body. You can look up under that top arm. And circle it around. Left comes down, right comes over. Again, really reach over with those right fingertips, nice and long. Reaching long through that side body. Again, you can look up and under that top arm. And coming back through center. We're going to come to hands and knees. If you have a towel or blanket nearby and you want to put it under your knees, you can do that. And taking cat-cow for about 5 cycles of breath. Just continuing that warm-up motion. Feel free to add on any movements you want. If you want to wag side to side, or maybe draw circles. Just remembering to listen to your body, seeing what it wants today. Be totally different from what it wanted yesterday. There's never any judgment in that. Take about 3 more breaths. Last 2. Last one. New meeting in a neutral spine. And from here, we're going to do a little spinal balance work. So pressing right hand firmly into the ground. Go ahead and start by extending that left arm. And then we're going to extend out the right. Really pressing down through that right heel like it's pressing into the wall behind you. With an inhale, bring your elbow to knee, tap, round your spine like you're in that cat position, and send it straight back out. Again, round that spine, tuck your chin, send it back out. One more, inhale, bring it in, round that spine, really tuck it in. Exhale, send it out, hold here, or if it feels good, take that left hand, reach back for the right foot, opening up. This is a good stretch for the front of that right quad. It opens up through the left side of that chest too. And if you grab your foot, re-extend. Setting that left palm down. We're going to take the right toes down and just get a calf stretch. Pressing back through that right heel. Maybe rock it front and back. Or just hold it still. And return back, hands and knees. Taking 2 cycles of cat-cow. And meeting in that neutral spine. This time, all the weight comes into that left hand, extending out through the right hand. And then we add in that left leg, sending it back. That heel is pressed firmly back like you're standing on the wall behind you. Really work on reaching out opposite directions. And bring in that elbow to knee, round that spine, get that cat position. And send it back out. Inhale, tap it in. Exhale, send it out. One more, inhale, tap it in. Hold it here, really round that spine, pull belly button in. And exhale, send it out. Stay here, or take that right hand, grabbing back for that left foot. Again, feeling that stretch up through the front of your left thigh, quad area. And also opening up through that right shoulder, chest, opening up. And extending it out. Go ahead and set down that right hand, and then bringing toes to the mat, pressing back for that calf stretch. Again, you can hold here or bring it back and forth. Again, just listening to your body, seeing what feels good. And coming back to box. 2 more cycles, cat-cow. And pressing back into a child's pose. Make this first one wide if it feels good, really opening those knees up, allowing your chest just to fall in between your arms, letting that low back fully release. Good, inhaling back up to box. And we're just going to take a tricep push-up, so slowly lowering halfway. Inhale it up. Again, exhale down. Inhale up. One more, exhale halfway. Press up. And this time we're going to lower all the way down to our belly. Taking 3 cobras, so coming up to those fingertips, we're going to lift ourselves, baby cobra. Lower it down. Walking those fingertips to the outside of the mat. Inhale to that baby cobra. And exhale, lower it down. Returning your hands back into neutral. Lift up, baby cobra. Maybe lift up those hands, challenge your back, core, and lower it down. Push yourself up, coming through box. Back into that child's pose. Good, we're going to take that again. Inhaling up to box. Setting up for those 3 tricep push-ups. Lowering halfway. Inhale, push it up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Got 1 more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, lowering yourself all the way down. Coming up to those fingertips, lift up, baby cobra. Exhale, let it go. Setting those fingertips to the outside of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Hands come back into neutral. Inhale, lift. Again, stay here. Maybe you lift up those hands. And exhale, lower it down. Coming back through box, back in that child's pose. One more time through. Inhale through the box. 3 triceps. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. You've got one more. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift it up. And exhale, lower yourself all the way down. Coming up to those fingertips, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Hands come to the outsides of the mat, still on the fingertips. Inhaling up through that cobra. Exhale, let it go. Returning hands to neutral. You can stay with your baby cobra, or if you want to go higher, go for it. You can also take that challenge with the hands. And releasing, let it go. Pushing up through box. And back into your first downward facing dog. So taking 5 breaths here. Lots of options. You can stay holding it, pedal out your feet, walk your dog. If you want to play, maybe you're working your handstand hops, or you've got your handstand and you want to go into that, go for that. You've got 5 breaths in this down dog variation just to play and do what feels good to you. Continuing to breathe here, regardless of whatever you're taking. Making sure you're taking those good inhales and exhales, whether it be in through the nose, out through the mouth, or in through the nose, out through the nose. Got about 3 more breaths here. Two more breaths. Last breath, and then returning back into your down dog if you took it anywhere else. And from our down dog, we're going to lift our right leg up in the air and then let it go, stepping it in front of the left. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, set it down in front of the right. Inhale the right. Exhale, step in front of the left. Inhale the left. Exhale, set it in front of the right. Inhale the right. Set it in front of the left. Should probably be your last one. Inhale your left. Set it down next to your right. You're in your forward fold at the top of your mat. If you're not there yet, go ahead and make your way up there. Just let everything really hang heavy. Let your head hang heavy. Let your neck release. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back. Exhale, release, let it go. Take that again. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, release, let it go. Last one, inhale, that flat back, nice long spine. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. And exhale those hands to heart center. Taking a moment here to set your intention. Again, if you've practiced with me before, I always say, set an intention for this practice. It can be something that you purely focus on for the next 45 minutes or so. Or it could be something that you want to work on for the week to come. Maybe it's for the rest of the month, the new month coming. And with an inhale, setting that intention, reaching up, nice big breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, release, lower it down. Stepping feet back into plank pose, holding here. If you need to modify and drop your knees, you can hold here. It's really engaging, setting that root block, pulling belly button to spine. And go ahead and lower those knees, lowering chest all the way down. Inhaling through cobra. Exhale, let it go. Inhaling through box. And back into our downward facing dog. Good, taking those leg walk-ups. Right leg lifts, step in front of the left. Left lift, step in front of right. Right lift, step in front of left. Left lift, step in front of right. Right lift, step in front of left. Left lift, step beside the right, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise to mountain. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower. Stepping feet back into plank, hold here. Engaging your core. This is very active, pressing down into those palms. Your shoulders are engaged, your quads are engaged. Setting knees down, lowering chest all the way. Lifting through your cobra. Exhale, let it go. Inhaling through box. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last time through this cycle. Inhale, right leg lift. Step in front of the left. Inhale, left. Step in front of right. Inhale, right. Step in front of left. Inhale, left. Step in front of right. Inhale, right. Step in front of left. Inhale, left. Step beside your right. Forward fold. Let it hang. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up to mountain. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, rise to mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Stepping back into plank, hold here. Squeezing everything nice and tight. Engage. And set those knees down, lower all the way to your belly. Lift up, cobra. Exhale, set it down. Inhale through box. And exhale, push back to that downward facing dog. Good, with an inhale, right leg, three-legged dog. Exhale, open your hip. You can stay here or draw some circles in one direction. Then make sure you reverse them in the other. Then creating that stillness again. Inhale, re-extend that leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, shoot it back out. This time we're going to bring right knee to right tricep tap. And we're going to take some elevator lower, so lowering that knee to wrist, lower. Lift it back up. Lower down to the wrist. Lift back up. One more, lower down to the wrist. Lift it up. And send it back out, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose, setting that foot down. And we're going to rise up, crescent lunge. Holding here, building that base, having a gentle bend in your back knee. You know, when it's so straight and locked out. Nice and gentle. Arms can be up. Palms can be at your chest. If you want to add in a little back bend, dropping into goalpost. So listening to your body. And bringing those hands back up if you took them anywhere else. Dropping left hand down to the inside of that right leg, twisting up with that right arm. And if this is too much, you always have that option to drop down to the right knee. Good, taking that top arm, we're going to swing it back behind us and use it to lift back up into crescent. Good. Open up, warrior two. Really pressing into that front right knee. Looking over those right fingertips, really reaching out in opposite directions with both arms, hands, and dropping left hand back to left thigh. Reverse your warrior. Coming back through warrior two. Cartwheel, hands down. Take your flow. You can stick with the knees down to lower, or if you're ready, you want to take your chaturanga through upward facing dog and back into cobra. Cobra, downward facing dog, right? That's just testing you. All right, inhale, lifting left leg, this time three-legged dog. Exhale, opening up that open hip twist. Stay or take your hip circles. Remembering both sides don't always feel the same, so no pressure. And bring it back into stillness. Re-extend that left leg. Inhale, left knee comes into nose. Exhale, send it back out. Inhale, left knee, left tricep. This is where we hold. And then lower down to that left wrist. Lift it back up. Lower down. Lift. Got one more. Lower it down. Lift it up. And extend it back out. Three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose. And setting that foot down. Lift up. Crescent lunge. Again, you have options. First, just checking your base. Remember that bend in the back knee. Just gentle. And then hands can be at heart. They can stay up above. Or if you want to add in a little back bend, heart opener, can drop down into that goalpost. Again, just listening to your body. And inhaling those arms up if you took them anywhere else. Opening up, warrior two. Again, checking your alignment. You're on the knife edge of that right foot. Left knee is nice and bent. Trying as close as you can to get it over the left ankle. And reaching out with the arms. Energetically really reaching out in different opposite directions. Looking over your left fingertips. Finding that drishti. And dropping right hand back to that right thigh. And reversing your warrior. Coming back through warrior two. And taking your hands down. Taking your flow through chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And back into your downward facing dog. Good. Bend your knees. And exhale, step, jump, float, hop to the front. Forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, we're going to come up through chair pose. Holding here. Arms can stay above. Can come to heart. If you want that heart opener, opening up in the goalpost. And if you took your hands anywhere, lift them back up. And coming through center. Just realized, totally missed a part on this leg. So from here, stepping our right foot back into crescent. We're going to take our right hand down, set it down to the mat, twisting up. Have to keep it even, right? Again, you have that option to drop down the knee if that feels better for you. Again, there's never any judgment with that. And from here, taking that top arm, reaching back behind you, circling it up, and coming back up into that crescent. And stepping top foot up, coming back into chair pose. It's like it never happened. It's like it worked the way it was supposed to. And bringing those hands to heart center. We're going to twist to the right. So you can stay up high. You can bring your left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right hand can come to your right hip and you can twist here. Or if you're ready and you want to twist all the way down, go for it. Making sure those knees, one doesn't jut out in front of the other. Inhaling through center. Exhale, we're going to take it to the other side. So again, you can stay up here. You can bring right hand to left knee, left hand to left hip and twist here. Or again, you have that option. Hands come to heart. Working on trying to keep those hands in the center of your chest while also keeping those knees in alignment. Again, listening to your body. Remembering sometimes it feels a little different. Some days look a little shakier. Some days you feel on the moon, doing great. Inhaling through center, holding here. Exhale, send it all the way up, mountain pose. And exhale those hands to heart center. Inhale, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Take your flow, step, jump, float back into plank. Take your chaturanga or lower your knees all the way down. Upward facing dog or cobra. Excuse me. And back into your downward facing dog. Again, taking that same flow here, adding on, taking away, remembering the order. Inhaling, right leg lift. Exhale, open hip twist. Stay here or flip your dog. Flip dog's return, open hip twist. Extend right leg, three-legged dog. Inhale, right knee to nose. Exhale, send it back out. Inhale, right knee, right tricep. We got those 3 elevators. Lower it down. Lift up. Lower it down. Lift it up. One more, lower down. Lift up. Exhale, send it back out. Inhale, step through. Lift up, crescent lunge. Left hand comes down, right comes up. Revolved. Right hand sweeps, lifting up the left, lifting back up into crescent. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. This is a great place to use your block or your stack of books, water bottle, whatever you're using, to open up here. Again, the important thing here is alignment and keeping things nice and open, not trying to be showy in the pose. Thinking like you're in between those panes of glass. And if your shoulders were to drop, you would bump, right? Just keeping it nice and open. Top arm can stay up. You can extend up overhead, look under. That feels good. Or even wrap it behind your back. And if you don't have a block and you don't want to use that, you can always rest forearm down on the thigh. Or you can even just bring it up and just stay nice and tall. You have about 2 more breaths here. So if you took it anywhere else, go ahead and come back up, top arm straight up. We're going to inhale through warrior two. And exhale, let it go. Take your flow. If you want an added challenge, you can keep that right leg covered while you lower into chaturanga. Lift through your upward facing dog. And then back into downward facing dog. Good, taking that on the left side. Left leg, 3-legged dog. Exhale, open up, open hip twist. Stay here or flip your dog. And coming back into that open hip twist. Exhale, send it straight back. 3-legged dog. Inhale, left knee to nose. Exhale, send it out. Inhale, left knee, left tricep. Hold here. We have those 3 elevators. Lower down. Lift up. Lower it down. Lift up. One more. Lower. Lift. Exhale, send it out. Inhale, step it through. Lift up. Crescent lunge. We have that revolved runners. Lower the right hand down. Lift up with the left. Taking that left arm, sweeping back behind you. Lift up. Crescent lunge. Opening up. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse it back. Exhale, taking that side angle. Again, remembering your options, right? With the blocks, can come to the inside. That top arm can stay up, can reach over for extended side angle, or it can drop down behind your back. Just really working on keeping that good alignment, not bumping into the glass, right? And if you are more advanced and you want to take your different options, go for it. Go for a bind. If you want to throw in a bird of paradise, the options are there for you. And if you're here or here, that's just as great as anything else. We got about 2 more breaths here. And coming back up, warrior two. And circling those hands down, taking your flow. Again, if you want to make it a little spicy, keep that left leg lifted and lower halfway for your chaturanga. Coming up, upward facing dog. And back into the downward facing dog. Good, inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, step, jump, float, handstand, hop to the top. Forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweeping up through chair. Bringing hands to heart center, we twist right. Stay up. Bring it down to your knees. Open it up. If you want to take a side crow, go for it. All the options. Got about one more breath. And coming through center. And taking it left. Again, options. Staying up here. Fine. Coming down here. Opening up. Taking side crow. Or plank. Whatever works for you. Coming back through center. Exhale all the way up. Let it go. And bringing those hands back to heart center. Good. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale. And from this forward fold, just toe heel feet out just a little bit wider than hip width. And taking one hand under at a time, setting up for gorilla. Just walking those hands under your feet towards your heels. Toes come towards your wrists. You wiggle out those toes. Releases your wrist. And letting your head hang heavy. Again, trying not to hold it up. You do that all day long. Let your head just hang heavy. Bending your knees as much as you need to. Then if you want to work on straightening them, you have that option. And gently releasing one hand at a time. Letting it go. Grab opposite elbows, hang heavy for ragdoll. You can sway it side to side. You can just hold still and center. Maybe shake your head no. Shake your head yes. See what feels good in your body. And releasing hands down. Halfway lift. Nice flat back. Really extending out. Exhale, folding it down. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. And exhale, hands to heart center. Realize my computer is up a little high for you guys. Sorry about that with gorilla. Hopefully the verbal cues were enough. Not enough coffee this morning, you know what I'm saying? Inhale, rise, hands up. And we're going to exhale slowly, lowering all the way. So you're up on those toes. Hands can stay up or come into heart center. So we're going to have a little toe balance. And setting your knees down. If you have that towel and you're going to bring it under for extra padding, keep the toes curled under. It's a really great release for all the tendons and everything within your toes and your feet, especially if you're someone that wears heels to work in or anything that's elevated. It really helps to release all that. Doesn't always feel super great, especially if you're a runner and you have all the extra on your feet. This is really great. Again, doesn't always feel great. At first you're like, oh, this isn't so bad, and then as time goes on, you realize that it's kind of ouchy, which is why I'm trying to continue to talk, so maybe you don't think about it quite so much. We're just going to take a couple more breaths here. And then release out, one foot at a time. I like to kind of release, almost think about like a kid throwing a tantrum, slapping the feet down, it helps release it out. Good, and then we're just going to take a stretch for our wrist. So you're in your box pose, right? And we're going to take our hands and flip one at a time over to the top of your hands. So fingertips are pointed towards you. You're on the tops of your hands. You can stay right here. For a lot of people, this is enough. For some people, it's too much. You can always lift up a little bit if you need to. Or if you need extra from here, lean back. It opens up through the front top part of your wrist, through the forearms. If you're somebody who does a lot of typing, a lot of driving, it's good to stretch out through those wrists. If you lean back, come back forward, flip your hands back into neutral. And then from here, we're going to take it same direction, but staying down on your palm. Fingertips point towards you. Again, you can stay, so your hands are pointed towards you like this, right? You can stay here, this is enough, or again, you can lean it back, stretching through the back side, the stem of the forearms, and the back side of the wrist. And releasing it, bringing your hands back into neutral. I always like to kind of stand up, give it a little bit of a shake, roll out your wrists. And coming back into hands and knees. Taking one final child's pose. The variation is your choice. If you want to keep knees narrow this time, you can do that. Arms can sit out in front or come down by your sides. Your hands can come in reverse namaste behind your back or up and over. Just whatever feels good to you here. Take about 3 to 4 breaths. I like to massage my forehead, rocking it side to side. And about 1 more breath here. And then if you took your arms, you will return them out in front. And we're going to walk our hands over to the right. Getting that side body stretch, you can take that left hand on top of the right just to deepen it a little bit more. Inhale, coming back through center. Coming over to the right or to the left. Right hand comes on top of the left. If you want that little bit deeper variation. And coming back through center. And coming back through box. And making our way over to a seated position. Bringing legs straight out in front. And we're going to take a seated forward fold. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, folding down. Bending your knees here as much as you need to grab on, and then you can work on slowly straightening out. Try not to just completely collapse and round over, still keeping integrity of the spine. Just breathing here. Feeling your hamstrings release. Feeling the stretch through your spine. And with an inhale, slowly rolling up one vertebra at a time, just nice and slow. Feet come down to the mat, bending your knees. Hands come out. Engage your core here. Right, we're not going into full, but we're just going to stay here. Just focus on engaging the core. Your feet don't have to lift the ground for you to do that, right? And using our core, we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly lower all the way down to your back. Good. Keeping feet here. Might need to bring them in a little bit closer. And we're going to come into a bridge or wheel variation, whichever works best for you. So inhale, lift your hips, lift up into wheel. Lots of variations. Even just in bridge, you could walk your hands under, rotating those shoulders under. Arms could come up almost like robots, squeezing those knees in. You can take your block to use it to squeeze between your knees for that engagement, or you can use it to lift up if you want a little less work, right? Wherever you at, you have 2 more breaths. Last breath. And again, slowly lowering one vertebrae at a time. Using control. Knees hug into your chest, rocking side to side. And then taking an inversion of your choice. Legs can come up the wall. I like to use it with a block. It really lets me just set them up and let them hang. You can come into a shoulder stand. If you want a handstand or headstand, this would be a good time to play with those if you maybe aren't super comfortable with it yet. Use your mat and bring it up to a wall and just hold up there. It's a good way to get upside down without the scariness of just being out here. So we're going to be here for about 4 breaths. Letting all that blood return back to your body. Good for your circulation, your blood flow. About 2 more breaths to go. If you're in your shoulder stand and you want to come through plow, maybe into deaf man's pose. If you're upside down on the wall and you want to take a different variation, you got about a breath left. Maybe you want to come through happy baby. And from wherever you're at, knees come back in, hug it in, knee to nose. And final twist, dropping knees over to the right, looking over the left. Good, inhaling through center, this time dropping over to the left, looking over the right. And coming back through center, give yourself one more nice good squeeze. And taking your during this Shavasana, I just want you to find a relaxation. That's really all this is about. Just finding those final moments before you maybe start your day, continue on with your day, or even if you're settling in for the night. Letting your body fully relax down into your mat, down into the earth. Not trying to hold anything up. Not worried about anything that's happened, that's to come. Just being fully present in the moment, just letting everything go. This is also a good time to pay gratitude to your body. Your body that got you through this. Body that showed up for you today. That got you out of bed. Sometimes we're critical of our bodies for not moving the way we want it to. But we still moved. And that's what's important. So tell your body good job. Tell yourself good job for showing up today. And take a nice big breath. Reach your arms up. Take a nice long body stretch. Wiggling fingers and toes. Maybe rolling out your wrists. Shaking your head side to side. And then coming into a fetal pose, rolling on your right or left side, whichever is most comfortable for you. Giving yourself a nice hug. Again, thanking your body for showing up, for being here today. And when you're ready, gently pushing yourself up into a seated position, keeping eyes closed down. Soaking up these last final moments together. Even though they might be virtually, we're still together as a community. Together we'll inhale, reach arms up, hands coming to touch and lowering down, heart center. I thank you so much for showing up today, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Together we bow and say, Namaste. Thank you guys again so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the practice. If you have any kind of comments or feedback, please feel free to let me know and connect with me. I give you guys all of my different social media virtual ways to contact me. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Have a great day. Bye, guys.